Okay. All right. What's up, everybody? Yeah, I almost got stopped out of this one. I almost got stopped out of this one. So let's see what happens here. If I get stopped out of this, I do plan on re-entering short here at 565 if that's what we see. But that's what I plan on getting in at. So we'll see what happens. We did have news at 7:30. Everything came out good. Durable goods came out better than expected. Consensus. Yeah, so everything came out better than expected. This came in at expectation. Durable good orders for August came in better than expectation. Initial jobless claims came kind of under. And we still have Powell speaking at 8:20. So, or he already spoke, or he should be speaking now. Let's see if we can find it. Now we had a massive run up. We had a massive run up overnight, and usually when we see stuff like this, when we see the market trade in one direction, we can usually expect for the market to correct itself. That's what we usually should expect. We could see a move back down to where's view up, so 420-ish. That makes sense. Like 420, 270. So I mean, I guess we could see this, but it's highly unlikely. I'm pretty sure that with a move up like this, there definitely going to be some buyers somewhere in this area to buy the retest. So that's what we should expect is for buyers to try to buy the retest. But with that nasty run up from last night, they may just crash this thing. So we'll see. Or I guess a better way of saying that they may make corrections here because yeah, this is the ES. Yeah, they might actually just come back in there. All right, so let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But like I said, I was kind of saved in this one because I was a couple of points from getting stopped out of this. I tried the short at the double bottom. I mean, honestly, I kind of should have figured this one out. I mean, this double top was kind of just obvious, but I mean, I wanted to take it anyway. I kind of figured that they was going to create this double top. They was going to run this high. I mean, this is a classic fake double top into the real double top and then the move down. I mean, that's classic for the NQ, but I mean, I figured that I have a 50-point stop and I'm willing to use it. But like I said, I am willing to re-enter short here at 565 if we get here, which is highly likely because we definitely have resistance here at 565 right here. We haven't had a retest of this level, and support could be turned into resistance. So I will definitely be looking out for this. So, oh, But yeah, so we definitely got this area at 565 to be looking out for. So I'll definitely be trying for a short there. But I think, I mean, I kind of figured that we was gonna see, a decent correction. So we'll see. I'm just mad that I left all that points on the table up there. We'll see if we can just get these first couple of targets hit, and then we can leave these runners. But as the market does that, let's actually look at. I mean, look at what happened last night. Now, I wasn't able. Well, I did have a short position on the ES last night, or not last night, but yesterday, and that was profitable, surprisingly. I wouldn't have taken that short on the Nasdaq for sure, but I did take it on the ES. That was a profitable trade, even though I was surprised at that. But this is definitely a short squeeze to the upside. That's definitely a short squeeze. You can see that if we just look at this real quick and just draw this out. I mean, you can tell that even though the bears were able to keep price trending after we got this initial pop up. I mean, this is a classic bear flag. It's classic. Once we had these stops that's rusting above these highs right here get ran. I mean, this move was kind of inevitable. Now, nobody could have saw this massive move all the way up to 500 though. I mean, that was definitely a massive move to 500. Uh, Last night, my original thought was that we could have saw a move here to 325, and then we get a pullback, and then possibly seeing a move like this. But for it to just a straight run to the upside, yeah, I mean, a lot of accounts were definitely affected by this move last night. Definitely affected by this move last night. Hmm. We'll see if I made the wrong decision here. We'll see. For the most part, I'm gonna stay short. I don't have the best entry. If my entry was all the way up here, then obviously I would have gotten my targets hit. But I think I'm gonna have to wait on this one. I have to probably wait. Um, because I don't have the best entry. And on top of that, what I'm looking at is I don't I think the bulls have taken their profits, but I mean we are in an area of resistance right here. We do have VWAP, we do have the 200 EMA pointing up to the upside. I mean, it's understandable why people is trying to buy this, but I've seen this move happen so too many times to where it's like you get these big moves up, you can expect the correction down. You can expect it. I mean, this thing went up like let's actually look at exactly how much this thing went up. So around 229 and it went up to 537. This thing made a 308-point move up. Do you see any price action here? In the pre-market as well. So when I see stuff like that, when I see moves to the upside in the pre-market, no price action, and it's racing to a particular area, that just tells me that we should expect a big correction because that's what we usually see. And I don't think this situation is any different. I don't believe that it's any different. So, I mean, like I said, I don't have the best entry. But I'm gonna stay in the short at least until 325. I think price can get to 325, and that's when we'll start to see bulls come in. We can possibly see a move back down here to 290, but I'm going to make the assumption that they've already taken their profits at these highs already. All right, so let's see what they're doing on Bookmap. I mean, they're trying to buy this thing back up though. They're definitely trying to buy this up. So I guess what I could do though. I don't know why that's become such a thing lately. That's the ES. Mm. Let's see here. I don't believe we have news at 9. I think majority of the okay, so we have some pending home sales at 9 o'clock. So gain weight, I don't disagree with you. I do not disagree. I don't disagree. I do think we at least pull back. I'm going to make the assumption we at least pull back to 300. But I am keeping my eyes on this range. If I see a breakout out of this range, then I'm just going to have to close out this position and then kind of look for the next one because it's going to be this range right here. If I see a breakout out of this range, then I know they're going to use it as support. So I'm keeping my eyes on it. But I will also say that this does look like it's trying to build up and find support here. So we'll see what happens here. But I think that ultimately we're going to continue to go up. That is I definitely agree with you on that. The Bears have just been super weak, and yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna keep my eyes on this level. Honestly, what I'm going to do is actually just move my stop down above this high. So at least the profits are protected, and yeah. At least the profits are protected, or at least, I mean, not all of it, but at least some of it. Yeah, because I didn't get the best entry on this one, so. All right, so yeah, all right. That tells me that there's bears here. All right, so that candle right there tells me that they're selling it. So at least for me, I can possibly get my targets hit on this one. Most likely get my targets hit after that candle. But all right, let me look at this first. Make sure I'm not in a golden zone or somewhere. If I'm in a golden zone, I'll take some of this off. All right, so the golden zone is right there. Actually, right where my target's at. They're finding support right here at 425. Hold on, it's 420. Hold on, 425? Mm, we'll see. If he was sitting at a golden zone, I would have took it, but my targets are sitting right here at this golden zone. So if they actually come back and they touch this golden zone, it could bounce, or they could run underneath it, and we could see 384, 384. So yeah, somewhere probably around this range right here. All right, there goes that target. There goes that target. All right, so we got that. We got paid on that. Definitely got paid on that. All right, so let's see if they can just keep on dropping this thing. Keep on dropping it. Were you able to get a were you able to get out of this? I saw you in the Think with Bookmap chat game, Wade. Were you able to get your target hit? I mean, we've seen this. I mean, how often do we see this though? I mean, how often do we see this? I'm gonna take both of these here, man. I'm not gonna just right there. All right, so I got two runners. I'm gonna see if I can try to survive until 325, and this is a super runner. The reason why I got it at 245 is because of right here. This is where we saw that breakout from earlier. And anyway, this is where we saw that breakout. Right here. Right here above this high. So we could possibly see a move back down here. But I mean, if they get all the way down here, they might as well take this low out too. They might as well take the low out. I highly doubt that we'll see a move down here because with all this bullish momentum, we can probably see like a 50 to 70 points or 70% retracement before some real buyers come back in and make an attempt to retest the high. But I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes here on that 325 level. That's definitely a good level for at least early bulls or bulls in general to come in and try to buy this thing because the Nasdaq did her classic run through supply. You know, I just realized that ES has made new all-time highs before the Nasdaq did. let me make sure I'm saying this correctly because it only goes back to July. So let me actually look at the ES real quick. But the ES technically has made all-time highs before the Nasdaq did. Yeah, she did. She is still pushing all-time highs. The ES is pushing all-time highs before the Nasdaq. But anyway, kind of going back to the point right here, we got a run of 320 when this level right here has shown itself to be heavy supply because from 320 we got to move all the way down. I don't know why it's doing that. We got to move all the way down to 17,581. So from 320 we got to move all the way down here. And once price retested that level, price just ran through it. So that tells me that that's going to be a good area, or at least somewhere in this zone, somewhere, that this is going to be an area where people might come back in and they can buy this, or at least start building a position here at 320. Because once we retested it, we just kept going. Versus, actually, we didn't even get a retracement when price got to 320. So that's just how crazy the price action was. Damn. So I'm seeing mixed reviews about that one, JC. First, I'm seeing that Apex changed their rules and they're paying people out now. I've seen some YouTubers that initially said that Apex didn't pay them out, and then all of a sudden now they've gotten paid out. So I guess it really depends. I mean, at this point, any prop firm that's playing that playout games, I mean, it's crazy. I feel like I should have, but it's not like, oh, that's not even secured. Is Apex actually moving people to live accounts? I have yet to hear anybody actually get moved to a live account on Apex. Do they actually do that? Wow, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised, man. All right, man. Let's see if we can keep this thing pushing. Let's see if we can get to 320, or if they're gonna find support here at 405. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if buyers try to find support here at 405, but like I said, this big of a move up, you're not gonna find too many buyers thinking that this is a bargain, especially with price now trending down. Price is now below the 21, the 50, and VWAP. Yeah, I'm thinking that the buyers are gonna want a better price. You can probably see like three. Yeah, probably in this range somewhere. We'll see. Yeah, like probably somewhere in this range. I mean, there's a little bit of price action right here. A little bit. It's not a lot, but a little bit. Yeah, so Yeah, you talk about earlier in the year? Yeah, you're absolutely right about that game weight. Yeah, you're right about that. People thought the same thing. And yeah, they got clapped. They got super clapped. That's why when it comes to the Nasdaq, I mean, you kind of have to respect your stops. You can kind of get away with it on the ES. You can kind of get away with it. I mean, the double-edged sword about the ES is that yeah, it's $50 or well, it's $5 per tick on the micros, but it doesn't move like that. You can lose 7 points on I guess on 10 micro contracts and only be down $350. You can I mean, even if you lose $16 on the ES, that's only $700. Now, I'm not saying to lose $700, but it's just like if you're trading with 10 E-minis, I would make the assumption that you have an account big enough to handle that, and still that's only $3,500. So I mean, the ES is definitely if you're going to play around with your stop, it's easier to do it on the ES, but you mess around and try to do that crap on the Nasdaq and play around with your stop, you'll find out real quick. People that played around with their stops last night, they found out real quick that the Nasdaq will just trade through levels sometimes without no price action. None. The ES, on the other hand, I think she did the same thing, which was surprising. Yeah, the ES even traded that's the my bad. Yeah. The ES somewhat did the same thing, but you see that it got choppy along the way. You can kind of play around with it. But I mean, obviously, I wouldn't obviously recommend that. I mean, just take the 7 point loss. It's only $350, and losing 7 points on the ES is kind of how do I want to say this? I mean, you kind of know you're wrong if you lose 7 points, you can kind of you should feel like okay, I was wrong on that because there's I mean, if you got into a good spot, I mean, if you got into this double top right here, it only went into 2 points in drawdown. I see that it usually does 2 or 3 points, sweep above highs and lows, and then it'll go. And so that's kind of why I have like a 7 point stop. Not because I have a 7 point stop because first I want to survive whatever liquidity sweep that they have. But then sometimes I might be too early and I just want enough drawdown to capture any room for error that I may experience. Like that one time where I think I was what 2 or 3 points from getting stopped out, and then it went into my direction. I had like a 20 point play. It's just stuff like that. But with the ES, that's a clear kind of sweep of liquidity right there. That's kind of clear. It does look like they're still trying to sell it, but when I see stuff like this, when I see a range, I see a sweep of liquidity below that range, and then price runs away from it. That grabs my attention. What I'm not saying is to get in long and try to get a retest of this high. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that this looks like a long opportunity. That looks like a long. You got price almost. It's about to break above. It's already broken above the 21, and it's making its way to break above VWAP in the 50. Yep, there it goes. See, the ES is just too easy to trade. It's just easy to trade. It's so easy. And to kind of recap that, like I said, just look for that range. You see that swipe underneath it, it's going to probably go up. But I'm gonna stay with my baby. I'm staying with my baby, the Nasdaq. I can't trade the ES like that because I mean, even though sometimes we get moves like this, for the most part, or for the most part, we only get small moves and stuff like that. And in order for me to make decent profits on the ES, I would have to have like 20 point plays on the ES and I'm not willing to sit through all that. I'm just not. I'm just not willing to sit through all that. All right, so we got that move back up. So it went up. So it's like 813 to 21. What I see right now on the ES is that price traded back up into this little neckline, and we saw that rejection right here. Like I said, I still wouldn't short this until the bulls fail here. If I see a failure from the bulls, and I'm talking about a red candle, a strong red candle, then that tells me that we may see a double bottom, or they may try to come down here and try to rebalance some more and trying to get in more buyers. But the bulls have to fail here first, because this is basically the bulls buying the retest of this breakout. You got this range, you got the breakout, and this is the retest. So if we see price trade underneath this range and we don't see that double bottom, then we can expect more downside from the ES. But if the bulls hold, then we can make an attempt to at least retest 825. But then if they get to 825, they're going to retest this. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see with this one. But the Nasdaq does look like it's about to build up. Like that does look like it's about to build up for a long. That does look like it's about to build up for a long though. Mm. Yeah, that does look like a long. Definitely looks like a long. Mm. All right, so that would be considered a failure from the Bulls. That would be considered a failure right here. So now the last hope for the Bulls now is for a potential double bottom here. If the Bulls don't hold this, then we can see a move down on the ES. We'll be watching this area though. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go, baby. There we go. All right, so let's see. Let's look at the ES real quick. All right, so it went exactly where I thought it was going to go. All right. Yeah. See, I mean, with ES, if you're not a technical trader, if you don't have a deep understanding with price action, that's what makes trading the ES difficult. But once you have a great understanding of price action, it becomes too easy, at least in my opinion. Once I saw that the Bulls was failed this retest right here, that was kind of the writing on the wall for them. because unlike the Nasdaq, it's too much volume for it to be running all over the place like this. And so the only way for the ES to really move is through price action. That's the only way for it to move. And once people start selling out of their position on the ES, you can expect for a follow through. You can expect that. And now I see a bigger picture with the ES. I see a big move down. I see a range, and now I should expect another leg down. That's what I expect to happen. All right, so yeah, we could possibly see a move to 801 or to 800 with the ES. But I guess let's see what they do here first at this neckline right here. Let's see what they do here. Let's see what they do here. All right. All right, so let's see what the Nasdaq does. Let's see. The reason why the Nasdaq can move like this is because it's an illiquid product. Not a lot of liquidity here in the Nasdaq. I mean, if you look at the ES, look at the DOM on the ES. Look at the DOM on the ES versus the DOM on the Nasdaq. That's why I keep my DOM mostly on the ES versus the Nasdaq, because this is just it just shows how liquid the Nasdaq is, because there's no orders really on this thing. So honestly, the DOM is really not, in my opinion, for the Nasdaq beneficial. But I keep it on the ES, so I kind of know that. All right, so I know that people are trying to buy at 805, kind of like what I said. But I think we probably might get to 801, 802 ish, probably, maybe. I mean, I guess we could see a bounce at 805, but we got that high at 5,800. So I'm thinking that price is going to at least want to touch at least that. That'll be my assumption. I move my stop down and trail this thing. All right, so we've seen that move down. I mean, this is what, 32. I mean, yeah, we see a move back up there, then yeah, we see a move back up here. Then I'm gonna get stopped out of that one. All right. Yeah, so I'm looking at the thing with bookmap chat right now. I mean, this is just classic, man. This is classic NQ behavior. I mean, at this point, I kind of expect for stuff like this to happen. Uh, Hopefully we can just get that straight move down, and I can get my targets hit and feel vindicated. But bulls had their fun in the pre-market. Mm. So 350 though. Like 350. Yeah, I can see them probably coming at 350. Like real bulls coming in at 350. I can see that. Yeah, a little bit underneath this range. So if we see a move down here, I'm going to start aggressively looking to take profits, at least on one of these contracts. But if we find support here, if we find support here, then I'm definitely going to most likely get stopped out of this because it's the same situation that we saw with the ES. We got price ranging right here. We got a liquidity sweep underneath the range. So we'll see. Yeah, I guess if they're going to find if they were going to find support here, we've already would have saw that push. If they was going to buy at this level, we would have saw the push already. So because we haven't seen that push, we might actually get a stop run going back to the bottom of this range. Only 210 points. Classic. 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 So let's look at that. Get the higher time frame. Ah, crap. So it found. All right. We'll see what happens. I mean, I guess technically they bought it off the 21 on the hourly. People bought it off the 21, but mm, that looks super bearish on the hourly. And we didn't get any pop on the oh crap, that looks bullish on the ES. That looks freaking bullish. I mean, unless they reject it here at this neckline. I mean, this is kind of I mean, this I don't know, man. If the bulls don't reject it here or at VWAP, then this can possibly make a move back up here if they don't reject it here. I mean, we had this break of structure. The bears would have to come in right here. No question that the bears would have to come in because anything above VWAP would result in a stop run higher. All right, so yeah, so the bears, at least for right now, they're holding it right there. They got to. If they don't hold it, then we're going to see that run higher. So either the bears sell to hell or prices going to heaven. There is no in between in this situation. I mean, I can see why there's not enough sellers that's willing to sell right here at these lows, especially with this massive move up. Yeah, if the bears don't sell to hell, the price is going to heaven. Same thing for the Nasdaq bears. They better sell it. Shit, especially Nasdaq bears. You can kind of get away with it on the ES, but Nasdaq bears already know how it is. This thing will short squeeze on you real quick and for no reason. It does look like a double bottom here on the Nasdaq though. I wonder if I'm being secretly told to consider getting out of this position. Let me look at it real quick. Look at the 15-minute. And then probably 308 too. I mean, probably like 308. At least for right now, the ES bears are somewhat holding this, but suspiciously, this could be the bulls trying to build a position in this area. I mean, it doesn't make. I mean, I'm not. It makes sense for the bulls to try to come up here. It makes sense. We could see a we could see a stop run here. We could see a stop run. Because the bulls are definitely buying it here. Bulls are definitely buying in this area. And this is like their fourth time. 1, 2, 3. This is their fourth time right here. If the bulls don't buy it up, we're going to see a stop run. Oh crap! Let me actually look at that because I'm tripping. Let me look at that real quick. All right, so is this going to be the stop run here? All right, there we go. Stop run, baby. There goes that stop run. I'll probably buy like at the end of the day. Probably buy at the end of the day. Or I'll probably come like around like 1:30, 1 o'clock, and potentially get into get into something. All right, so it does look like I was kind of in the right area with that 350 target. I'm gonna be aggressive with 350. It does appear that people are trying to take profits at 350, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, so we are coming in hot with that first T, or not the first T, but our first runner. So let's see. Like I said earlier on in the stream, when we see run-ups like this with no price action, we can expect for a move to come down just like this. We should expect it. We should expect it. It's classic. It doesn't change. I have yet to see it not do this. Um, all right. I'm going to be aggressive with this. We're not going to play that game, Nasdaq. We're not going to. There we go, baby. All right, there we go. You got that runner target hit. So now all we got is one more. Now all we got is one more. Back down to 245, right at. But I'm pretty sure it's going to probably try to take that open out. Move my stop down. I mean, we could see a bounce here, but if we don't, don't tell me all I need to know. Yeah, I don't think it's going to hit 270. Yeah, I'm definitely going to trail this a little bit more aggressively, especially now since I mean we're at that level. I'm pretty sure they'll still keep going down, but what I don't want to get caught up in is a retracement. So that's why we have to kind of just Let's look at where the ES at. So yeah, the ES is almost at this area. So I'm gonna I'm gonna become more aggressive once the ES re-enters this range right here. I'm gonna become more aggressive. Trail this down. Trail it down. Yeah, I'm gonna become more aggressive when price gets back into this area. And this is why this is the main reason why I love this new trading style because I literally almost got stopped out of this. I literally almost got stopped out. I think I was 3 points away from getting stopped out of this move. And all I would have lost was I think I had 6 contracts. So I would have lost what, $600, I think. Yeah, I would have lost $600 if this hit my stop. 6. And even though I had a bad entry, I was able to capture majority of this move down. The risk to reward trading like this, trading in this style will always be statistically in my favor. I should always be profitable if I stick to this style of trading. If I if and when I do deviate from this style of trading, my risk to reward becomes skewed and I lose more money than I plan to lose and I have to win more to get my money back. But I think we are at that point in time where that reversal is coming. Okay. So I'm out of that. Um, what I will do though, I will start a position here and I will scale into this position with one more contract. Okay. All right. So I just entered a 2 micro position contract looking for price to retest the bottom of this range. If price does, I do have a one more scale in right here at 240, and I'm just going to see what it does, and I'll stop out whenever I need to stop out. But I think we could see that move back up from here. But yeah, I think I'll just do it that way. Just play off each other like that. Okay. All right, so we'll see what happens here. All in all, man, that was a great trade. Great trade. Great freaking trade. Great trade. All right, so let's see if we can get back all the way up here somewhere. Yeah, just shoot for like $500 plays and stuff like that. All right, so did it go to 308? Damn, that shit touched. Damn, that shit touched 307. Dang, it actually really did touch 308. That's so interesting. It really touched 308. Honestly, I don't even know why I even said 308. Mm. I really don't even know why I said 308. Okay, so let's see what they do here. would prefer that anyway. Yeah, I think I just play it like that because you can always swing it. You don't necessarily got to get the perfect entry with this swing account. I mean, shoot, I guess. Mm. Oh, wow. So if the Bulls can definitely hold this, which it does appear that they're going to do, we can at least see price come back up into this range at least. At least we could see 485. We could see that. But we're definitely coming back up into that range at least. I mean, because this is where they broke structure here. You can see it. They found support. They tried to bring it back up. They broke it down. They came back, used this, bought this underbelly of this range as resistance, and they sold it. So we're definitely going to see a retest of at least this range for sure, if they can hold this. Oh yeah, this is where I should have bought right there, and then I would have been able to come back in at 272. Hmm. All right, so I'll do this right here. That's what I'll do right there. Oh, wow. Mm. Let's see if we'll come back and fill this order real quick. Oh, no, no, we're not. Oh, dude. Okay. So that could be the bounce. So, I mean, I had a feeling that they may have wanted to do that, but I did want to try here at 325. You can see that this was yesterday's high of day, and this is where they got the breakout. So, if anything, they could be buying the retest here. Mm, okay. Yeah, that's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. I can't even chase that. I can't even chase that. That's crazy. Wouldn't that be some shit though? Okay. All right. Looks like I should have stayed in my original short. That's apparently what it looks like. Mm, I'm considering what I should do with this long on this swing account. Considering what I should do. Mm, we'll see. We'll see what they do here. So I would have got that target hit. Crazy. Should have just stayed in it, huh? Mm, okay. Yo, I appreciate that gain weight. Appreciate that. I am caught in this long though. I'm down about $300 right now. Down about $300 right now. Don't know if I should cut this or if I should wait. Now, I'm gonna probably just let this ride. I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna see what happens. I mean, if it gets underneath this range, then I'll cut it because I kind of figured it was gonna do this. I mean, I even talked about it in the beginning of the stream that it may do this. Uh, the one thing that I always hate is that when I say something is gonna happen and I don't listen to myself, and then it happens, and it's like, or not necessarily that I don't listen to myself, is that you kind of get emotionally caught up in the price action and say, "Oh, well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe they won't come back into this range right here." So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my stop somewhere in this range or underneath it cuz I mean, this is the breakout right here. And you can see that they bought it. So, mm, we'll see. Of course, I picked a day to do this crap. Of course, I picked a day to do it. Mm, mm, okay. mean, ah, damn. Okay. All right. So, like I said, I'm gonna watch this range. I gotta keep a close eye on this range right here. I gotta keep a close eye on this range because I mean, if they trades below it, then this was this will definitely see a stop run lower. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Mm. All right. Hopefully that was just a stop run right there. Yeah. Damn. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. Okay. I gotta stop out of this position. Unfortunately, that's too much. If it's not gonna come back, then it's not gonna come back. So I'm gonna set a stop. I have to set a stop with this one. Hopefully we can see a massive recovery from the bulls right here. Hopefully they hold 200. You couldn't. Not a good start at all, man. Not a good start at all. 365, 325. Where's that top at? Three. Okay. I mean, we should see a recovery here. It would definitely be nice if they do. And honestly, this kind of goes to show. It's like sometimes when I actually kind of look back, I mean, like what really happens? Because in both of these swing accounts, I was 100%. I rarely had any drawdown in the account, and I was able to pass these accounts really quick. Now that they're live, this is probably the most amount of drawdown that I've had in the accounts since I've had them, which I find that interesting. I mean, I was down about $300 or $400 in this account. I have my stop set at $600 loss, but with two micros, $600, that's a lot, man. That means that I was absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. That's a lot. It does look like we're going to get that recovery, though. Yeah, so this is where I'm at. Uh Shoot, I was down like $400, man, on two micros. So I mean, this entry wasn't that good. It wasn't as good as I thought it was apparently. So, yeah, hopefully I get my target hit on this one. I think I should. I think we should see 365 at least. I don't see why not, especially with them coming back in into this area. I mean, I was thinking that they'll probably take it down here, but I figured that, that I can get in at a good entry right here. They bounce it and then we see the move down. But that's what makes the Nasdaq very challenging because sometimes she will just trade right through support just to sweep the liquidity and then go to the target. And then you just better hope that you can survive this move. And then sometimes she'll just sit there and bounce that support like she's supposed to and go right to the target. So that's what makes trading the Nasdaq very challenging. That's what makes her challenging. Mm. But we was able to get back the short, and like I said, one trade is about to take out that loss that I had. One trade is about to take this loss out. So that's why I don't get I don't get too what's the word? If I lose a trade, I mean, because we all know that losses are going to happen here and there. I know that I can lose two trades, and one good trade is going to bring me right back to break even. And plus, I'll be positive on one trade. Oh. And I guess it is around that time when the market likes to reverse anyway, around like 10 o'clock, 10:30. So, all right, there goes that first target. We got that first target hit. And that second target is going to bring us down to, because I think we was down, what, $600? Six, almost $700. And this one trade brought me right back. It bought me right back. I mean, I think we have to trade 100 points back down. So obviously that wasn't. I mean, initially it wasn't a good trade, but all right. I mean, I'm back in the green on this one, just barely back in the green. I think I should get this second target hit though. I mean, the second target. I think I should get this target hit. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna at least try to get back up to 400, especially after that drop. I mean, we got to drop back down into supply. I'm not supply support. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to at least try to get back up to 400 at least. Yeah, so I should get this first target hit or this target hit. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, that's the reason why. For the most part. Okay. All right, so let's look at the ES real quick and see if. Uh, Not gonna lie, man, that's kind of bearish. That's kind of bearish, but I mean, we did find support here at this level at 788. So yeah, we could see that move up. We could see that. Hmm. And we can possibly see a move back up to like 810, 808, 8, 8010. I mean, if they push past this, then they'll probably come back up into this range here at 813, 815 or something like that. Because I mean, there's no point. I mean, they push past that, they might as well touch the bottom of this range. They might as well touch it. But yeah, that's looking bearish on the ES. So as long as the Nasdaq can hold 245, then the long should be good if we can just hold this. If we can trade back up into this range and break out of it, we should be good. Because I mean, I doubt that we get a move into that area and they don't try to come back up into this range at least touch 400 before we see like another leg down. Because this move right here, what is that, 537, and we got all the way to what, 188. Yeah, that was a 349-point move to the downside, just going straight down. So I mean, it went straight up and then it came exactly right back down. So yeah, I think this should be good. We're gonna see some resistance along the way, obviously, but I think this should be good. Yeah, this should be good. And they're holding that 245 area. At least for right now, they're holding it. Now, what we don't want to see is for them to break underneath it, to trade underneath this level, and then come back and use it as resistance because then that would be bearish. All right, guys. I'm going to end the stream here. I gotta kind of let's see if we can get that first target hit first. I'll end it at 10:20 for sure because I gotta get ready for my meeting. But let's see if we can get that target hit before we end it. Let's look at the market psychology real quick. Let's look at the thing with bookmap chat. See what they're thinking. Yeah, people. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, everybody in this chat is just looking for longs. I mean, obviously, you see a big drop like that, I wouldn't be looking for shorts, not down here. I'll definitely be looking for an area to get in long. But the market is trying to be very long right now. Market participants are looking to buy long. All right, so I think we're good. I think we can get that first target hit. The second target hit. You're calling it my first target when it's my second. I already got the first one hit already. Yeah, I mean it's gonna at least try to come back up to that to 400 for sure. Okay, let me make sure I go to ES real quick again. I mean the ES held that up, so with the ES looking like it's about to go long, then the Nasdaq will definitely follow suit. Okay. All right, guys. This is where I plan on getting out of this. Um, I, I I'm going to make the assumption that they're going to at least try to retest 400. I'm going to make that assumption. I mean, if not VWAP, 400. I don't know why they wouldn't want to retest at least 400. We're going to probably see resistance at 325 if price gets back up here, for sure. This is where we had that breaker structure to the downside. So I'm going to make the assumption that they're going to try to, or at least the bears are going to try to sell it if price trades back up into this area. So this is a level that I will keep my eyes out for. VWAP obviously is another level, and back up to 400 would be definitely an area where the bulls can or make an attempt to try to take it to. So with that said, hopefully y'all guys was green today. With that said, peace out.